Hi everyone, this is Stacy with Industrial Rotor. I've got a brand new product we're releasing today and I am so excited about it. We have really refined it down and it is wonderful. It is the new Master Series Mark II line of sunshades. Now, Mark I's been out for almost 2 years now, sold around the world. People have loved it. Professionals around the world have loved it. They have sent me feedback. I've had things that I've wanted to change myself, and we have done that in the Master Series Mark II. So we've had a great functional sunshade. The look wasn't bad, but it was very industrial. I wanted to have a more a finer finish look, as well as finer function across the board on our sunshades, and that's what we've done. Now, the Master Series Mark II line of sunshades works with pretty much every iOS tablet device that's out there. So it works with the iPad Mini 2, 3, and 4, the iPad Air, the iPad Air 2, the iPad 9.7, the iPad 9.7 Pro, the iPad 10.5 Pro, and finally the iPad 12.9-inch Pro. So we've got all that covered with this system, and boy does it work extremely well. As far as function, it operates almost identical to our first shade, just again we've made it better. Simply goes together like that right there. We use neodymium magnets to hold the sides of the shades up or to hold the shade together. It does extremely well. They're plenty strong. As far as their ability to hold is wonderful. Now, with the sunshade making the move from the Mark I to the Mark II, there were things that I wanted to address. Number one, we used to slide the tablets in from the back side, and then when you lifted up the back shade and assembled it, a little door would come down and hold the tablet in place. It worked, but it wasn't what I had envisioned. So the first thing that I wanted to do was develop a shade that worked without that option, that the tablet was locked into place. It could stay in the controller if you liked, however you needed it. So that's what we did. So now we have a little door that slides down and closes shut. It works wonderfully. You slide the door down, you grab a tablet. This is the iPad Mini 3. You slide it in, you close it up. Now listen to this. That tablet does not move around at all. It may move a little bit, but it ain't making any noise for sure. So it fits in there wonderfully, and that's what you'll find on all of these, that they all fit extremely, extremely well. With that, we took our shades and we moved them to the outside of the device. So now you have more room to deal with here on the screen. So your home button is now inside. It used to be outside. You have full function. You have full ability to get in there, use your thumbprint if you have that, whatever, to your home button. With the other version, you could press the home button, but you couldn't get it wasn't a full access to that. Now that's changed. Your ambient light sensor, we've allowed it to be able to see what kind of lighting you're in. Let me see what else. Your lightning connection is here where the door is, so no problem getting to the lighting connection. Your volume controls right here. Your mute switch is there. Your sleep wake button is there. All of it works wonderfully. We've also, the magnets are now hidden. Before they were not. We now have covers for the magnets. They are inside the plastic at every point where we're using magnets. Now we do use neodymium magnets, but keep in mind, everybody's like, you can't use magnets. Yes, you can. Your tablet itself has like 16 magnets. iPads have like 16 magnets inside of them. So there's never been an issue with magnets. Now our shades are screwed to the shade, so we no longer glue those. That gives us a better, more strength, more function, and it just works wonderfully. Now this is how it is across the board. The only difference is size and the way that the tablets work, but everything else, the fit and function are all the same. Now, there are two issues when dealing with sun outside. The first issue is just the sun itself, the brightness, getting the brightness and making sure that the tablet throws a nice shade across your tablet. That is the first thing that you have to deal with. The second thing is glare or reflection. Now, reflection is harder to deal with, and some people it doesn't bother. Me, I'm not one of those. I've never had a problem with reflection. I like to look at my tablet like this, and there is reflection on the tablet of me, but I'm able to see through that. Some people are not. I mean, it's like I tell people, it's like going to a baseball game, like my child's baseball game. When I go, if I'm watching the game, I'm fine. I'm watching it through a chain link fence, I'm fine. But if I ever focus on that chain link fence for some reason, that's all I see. I can't watch the game. My eyes are locked into that chain link fence, and eventually I have to get up and move so I have a clear view of the game again. Well, a lot of people, when they turn on their tablet, no matter how bright it is, they can't see through that reflection. They focus on the reflection just like I focus on the fence at a baseball game. So there is a way to do away with that, and that's what we're adding today. It is the Glare Buster version. And what we've done is we've gotten the shade to where it opens up to about 60 degrees, and you're able to look at your tablet, and instead of it reflecting your face back, it reflects the top of the shade back. So there is a nice black surface on your tablet with no reflections, and you're able to see without worrying about the reflection. Now this is an option. They both cost the same. You just have to choose, hey Stacy, I want to get the Master Series Mark II for the iPad 10.5 with the Glare Buster. So that is one of the options that you have. Now, finally, and I apologize for the length of the video, but there's a lot to cover because we've changed so much on these. We've changed the mount. The new IR mount, 3.0, Industrial Rotor Mount 3.0, is now moved to the front. It's slimmer so that it used to be about 2 inches thick on the Master Series Mark II. Now we're just a little over an inch, and it's stronger. It's made to adapt better to the needs of you guys. It's off the front of the tablet now. It's not underneath, so it gives you easier access to it. It's now using a 1/4-20 thumb screw instead of the other style we have is like a stick type tightener. This gives you a lot more strength. Actually, it's easier to do. The 1/4-20 is standard, so that's a great bolt to be using. Now, with your system, you get our new, and this hasn't even come out yet, but this is the small claw. It is a no-slip adapter for your standard DJI, what do you call it, mounting bracket. There we go. Anyway, what you do is you take your tray off. You slide ours on. We use a little M4 screw that goes through the little hole that you have there where your tray was. You tighten it down. It's locked down. It's rock solid. After you have that in place, you take your tablet and you simply screw that on. And you can adjust this to whatever you want to. But guys, there's no faking there, okay? That is incredibly, incredibly strong. So I'm so pleased with how these turned out. They are absolutely wonderful. They work wonderfully. Now, one of you may be asking, the IR mount has to be, you have to use the IR mount with the iPad Air and above. The only tablet that will work in your transmitter tray is the iPad mini, and that is an option. You don't have to get the IR mount if you don't want it. It simply goes onto your transmitter tray just like that. Now, a lot of people will ask me, well, Stacy, what if I'm out flying and my battery goes dead on my tablet, but hey, I have my phone with me, and I have your wonderful mount here, but I'm unable to use my phone with this because, well, my tray no longer works. Well, that's why this is the final option for you. Well, there's another option, I'll share that with you, but this is the solution to that problem. This is the IR, a small claw tray adapter for your DJI transmitter tray. And it works simply wonderfully. Again, this is machined out of solid aluminum. All you do is take the piece, you slide it up into the tray, and you replace the bolt that come with your tray, and then that piece is locked in there for you to be able to use. And it does a wonderful job. Okay? So, again, not going anywhere. So that allows you, if you're using your sunshade, your battery goes dead in your tablet, you need to switch to your phone, well, here you go. Pop your phone out. I do have my phone. I was thinking, I don't have my phone. Pop your phone out, slide it in place, you're good to go. When you're finished flying, with the rosette style, you have pretty much any angle you need. You finish flying, you simply close it down, lock it down, and you're ready to package up. Final option, and I have it on this one, is our Bigfoot mount. This works for the iPad, the Phantom 4s and the Inspire 1. That option is simply wonderful. Hey, let me do this because you got to see it. I love flying with this thing. Where did I put my? There it is. This is it for the iPad Pro 12.9 inch, and if you've never flown with a 12.9 inch Pro, you are missing out, man. It is a beast, and it works so well. So that's the 12.9 inch Master Series Mark II. Pop the door down, slide my 12.9 inch iPad in, and you are ready to fly. All you have to do is harness in, and you're good to go. And the height of this shade, man, oh gosh, it's so nice to fly with this thing. And people are like, it's too big. Listen, that is very, very solid. You're not going to have, it really just stays right there in front of you. And once you fly with it and you're able to use that real estate of that screen, it is beautiful. Wow. So that's the Master Series Mark II line, all the options. Again, I'm sorry for the length of the video, but hey, we had a lot of ground to cover. So these are available now online. Be one of the first. We're shipping from current stock. So we're getting our stock levels up, but if you want to be one of the first, I would suggest you get over there and get busy because it's going to sell out quickly. Always does. Guys, thank you so much for your time. And again, if you have any questions, you can reach us at aerodroneaccessories.com. That's our storefront. And again, this is Stacy with Industrial Rotor, and I appreciate you guys and all the time that you've taken to look at my products, use my products, give me feedback on my products. And this is an exciting time for us. We're finally at the level I wanted to be at 2 years ago. And I feel like we have the best sunshade line that's out there. God bless.